Hey there, Gregan here with Bravado Gaming, top sub-Saharan African team, to see what the team vibe is like. We'll do 3 2v2s where each player will try to carry Gregan as their teammate. The winner will be the one with the best goal difference. While we do this, I'll be getting to know the team and find out more about what it's like to be a South African pro. Let's go meet the players.
I'm Hapmeal. I'm 22 years old and I live in South Africa. I'm the captain of the team.
Hi, I'm To Die For. I live in South Africa and I'm the ball chaser of the team.
I'm Daisy and I pass the ball to Die For so we can ball chase.
Right, everyone just auto up and we'll see who gets who first. Okay, I'll start off with Happy Meal. Let's go. I always play best in the first game, so you get a bit of a bonus here.
Looking for nice. You're gonna carry me.
Right,
Nice,
so
what's happening here?
Dang.
I'm playing on South Africa servers with you guys. This is what you guys have to deal with when you play on EU, right? Like 160 plus ping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to get to experience this right now, what it's like, because, you know, I came across To Die For in ranked, and I was just mesmerized by the fact you're at my rank with 160 ping and were carrying me. And so what I want to hear is, what's it like being a South African pro? Like, you've got very few players, right, in your player base?
Oh, my save. Yeah, that's correct. We mostly have to get like, if we want to get experience on normal ping, it's very much internal. There's nothing else we can really do, so we have to play like outside of the scene on like high ping servers.
Yeah,
it's tough. Like learning on 170 ping, I think is the hardest challenge for us. I think you miss a lot of the game sense stuff. Excuse me. Mechanics, obviously, you can pick up on 170 ping. It doesn't matter what ping, really, because on the ball is on the ball, right?
Exactly.
Okay, I think at like 400 ping, it becomes a problem. But I think a normal, like 170 ping, you can pick up the stuff on the ball fine, but off the ball, like all the nuances, they call it posturing in some places, you know, like the way the cars move and what they're doing and how close the touches are.
Yeah.
All those small things are really difficult to learn on 170 ping.
It's like the shots and the challenges. It's so hard to read the sudden movement of the ball, right? Like there, you just faked me because of ping. Like I thought you were gonna hit. I thought you were gonna hit that. Like you wouldn't even go supersonic on my side there. I'd like.
Yo, demos are absolutely scuffed. Like I'll be in front of this guy going supersonic and I'm just dead.
And so, what ranks are you guys on EU servers?
Our peak or?
Well, yeah, like just yeah. What's your peak? Yeah, go for your peak. Well, like, Happy Meal first, right? I want to hear from you, my teammate, my man.
Probably around like 1800, like on 200 ping. But I'm not much of a ranked player. I prefer just like singing free plays. So, but yeah, 1800. But right now I'm like much lower, like 1600.
Yeah. Daisy, what about you?
Probably also 1800.
Yeah, because we played a bit of rank together, didn't we? You, me, and To Die For played some threes. And, like we were schooling everyone. I was a little bit worried for you, Happy Meal. I thought I was going to get signed. I thought it was going to be the new third. But it turns out you're actually really good at the game. I was watching you guys in the final from regional.
That's a lie.
Oh my god!
When you say it's really good, that's a lie.
No, like I watched you guys in the regional one that you won. Congratulations, Winter Regional 1 winners.
Thank you.
And like the quality of your gameplay, I think surprised a lot of my viewers and for me as well, because you know we imagine you guys to be a lot worse because you're not this team that's able to go to the major. You're not able to. You haven't been in RLCS except for this season, right? So you just expect there to not be the same level of development. But you guys seem to play a very good style of Rocket League. Like you play European Rocket League, it feels like. Is that are you guys aware of how you match up compared to the play style of the rest of the world? Like where do you think you sit?
So when I joined this team, so everyone in SA has what you call a SA or Middle Eastern playstyle, and a big reason for our playstyle is because of Hapmeal. Hapmeal tried to implement an EU playstyle actually, so that's probably why.
Oh, what a shot! Nice.
Yeah. I love that from you, Happy Meal. Like we did actually. I'll tell you what. I've just realised I didn't find out To Die For. What rank did you hit in EU ranked?
Well, I kind of get bored of free play. I'll sit in there for like 10 minutes and then I'm out.
In the business, he's a ranked warrior.
Rank grinder.
He's a ranked warrior.
That's what I do, and I have it SL in all game modes. Yeah, not at the same time.
Yeah.
But
that's crazy that you've hit the top rank in a video game playing with 160 ping. Like, and the thing is, people will think of that and they'll be like, oh yeah, but in like shooter games, that's, you know, ping can be an advantage sometimes. But like, there isn't really any advantage to ping in Rocket League at all. Like, because it's such a physics-based game. I guess the only thing might be that you've got, like, because you can't read stuff, you're a little bit more unpredictable in your movement because you're just playing the game like half a second earlier. You know, like that's like the only advantage you could possibly see. But yeah, you guys, as a region, you said you got that South African play style. You said it's kind of similar to the Middle Eastern style. Is that? Do you think that's the chasey, aggressive style?
Yeah.
I think it developed from playing ranked because we used to like we just have like a monkey mentality. So like we scared of like defending because like on SA it's difficult to defend, obviously 50s and all of that. So we just go for the ball and prevent defending. So we monkey.
Yeah.
I mean, if you, oh, sorry.
No, you go. You go.
If you look at like all the high ping regions, South America, Middle East, even OC at some point, like their mechanics are like their biggest like takeaway from their game, not their game sense, so mechanics. Like South America is insane. They don't make a play without it being a highlight play. And Middle East is similar, and it's because on their high ping, the only thing they can really rely on is themselves on the ball. We have like a very, very, very aggressive play style. Like it's pure offense. There's almost zero defense. It's crazy, and it influences every part of our game. And I'm trying to work with the team and another South African player to like move that away and play proper like European Rock League, because in my opinion that's like the best Rock League.
Yeah. EU fanboy, we love that.
I just think the way they play is the most efficient way to play the game. And it's easy to replicate on a team basis opposed to individual plays, and I save.
That was just complete guess. Like that's literally what you have to do with this ping, right? You just have to guess.
Yeah.
That was amazing. Oh, good try. Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with you on the ping making you play a certain way, and it was really exciting to see SRG playing at LAN, right? When they've got that, they were so good in the challenge game because they're so used to challenging with crazy high ping, right? But yeah, looks like Happy Meal is going to get a +1 goal difference in the first game.
I'm literally sweating. I can see my teammates are trolling. I'm just hitting the ball in the goals.
Daisy just nice pass for your chat.
The teamwork is real, even on opposite teams.
Literally.
But no, that was like just the experience there of playing with high ping. Like some of the things I had to do, I would never do normally because I'd be able to do that off of reaction speed. You know, like the pre-jump save. I would never go for that normally because in that situation, I can just watch the ball and read it.
But I think the worst part is like the bad habit you develop. Like I'm scared to make challenges on European servers sometimes. When there's opportunity, when the player for the player to like fake it or like he has the control of the ball, I just dive at it. But then he could do anything he wants with it. He could put it over me, he could put it around me, and in that situation, like what do? You don't learn how to defend that properly, and that kills your playstyle. And that's why like the defense is not a viable option here.
Yeah, and like you guys have got a pretty good challenge game. Like that's that EU playstyle we're talking about. Like you guys play low boost, turn in kind of stuff a lot, don't you?
That's true. He said something in the stream. I remember I watched the VOD of you watching our game. He said that the EU like players will make us uncomfortable with the challenge game. Well, I agree with that. I mean, they're just better players. I think that we will have some like similarities because of we only play on European servers. You know, we do understand. Oh, nice, my bad.
Nice pass, Daisy.
Up you go.
Daisy, nice. Daisy, this is why you're my favorite teammate. Watching me on orange or blue, you're always finding me on the field.
You did say that in the intro, Daisy.
Yeah, he just said that.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, and you got a goal explosion to represent your favorite teammate, right?
No. Now you're making him feel himself.
No, you do.
Well, I mean, I'll ask a new question. I think it would be interesting because people might be wondering why I'm doing this video with you guys, because, you know, I'm a big believer in the sub-Saharan African region being one to watch in the future. And you've got an exciting prospect in the future. good chance to show that off. I mean, because I feel like you guys have a really good mindset towards the game. Like you've got a really close-knit community. Everyone's really hardworking. Like you want to try your best and everything. And I guess my question is for you, like how excited are you guys to see SSA compete against other regions, right, at the wild card?
Oh, I guess so.
Daisy, I want to hear from Daisy. Go on, Daisy.
Yeah, some of these guys.
Yo, Daisy, on this question.
I'm pretty excited for it. We haven't actually played against anyone internationally besides at the Intel Open World. But then we also had a disadvantage with ping, so it'd be nice to play against international competition with normal ping.
How do you feel you guys weigh up against APAC?
I mean, if you're counting ranked, I made abs crazy in a ranked game the other day and I beat him, so yeah. That was a joke, by the way. Obviously, ranked doesn't count.
I mean, with APAC, like you've watched their region, right? Like you've watched the gameplay. How like I'm a bit biased, right? Because I love your region and I want your region to do well and everything. I genuinely think you guys might be better than APAC, and I wonder if that's because of the fact you've had access to European servers playing on the high ping and everything. But like your style, I feel like is so much more like a mature regions team, like one that's had time to play under pressure. Where APAC's obviously got freestylers in their best team, right?
It's an interesting question. It's like I want to say we are better than them, or at least like in a competitive position, but it's really tough to tell. I think it's always tough to tell. There's no objectivity to the statement. I think so. I think we're probably like as good as them at like the very least. But I also think we've had a lot more. I don't know how developed that scene is. Like I don't know how long they've been playing for, but it doesn't seem like they've had as long as we have. I just think their player number is higher, and I think that's why the support is there. Oh my, nice.
They also had the APL, right? Like the APL was run by the guy who runs the APAC region now, a guy called Nish, and so he was there running the APL, I believe. And they had a bit of funding coming in, and they had that tournament experience. They also went out to DreamHack Montreal, so that gave them that international experience and a chance to compete overseas. Are you trolling?
Huh? Nah, you see. There was a lion outside my house, he just...
There's a lion outside your house.
I live in Africa, what you mean?
That's going to be the best excuse on this series ever as to why you missed a shot. Oh, I mean, what's it like being in South Africa? It's a country I really want to visit at some point. Hopefully I can visit and run a little SSA LAN or something. But what's the country like?
Oh, that would be nice.
I mean,
besides your risk of dying, crime rates, you should be fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because the population of Rocket League is very low, right? And a lot of that's just due to, like, I was looking at Reunion Island, right? How is there pros from Reunion Island? Like that island doesn't look like they play video games, right? Like it just seems like such a different world out there to what sort of Western world esports is like. You know, like is there a huge gaming population in South Africa? And like I'm sounding very out of my depth here, but like what's the gaming world like out in South Africa? Because you had some experience, I think it's in like CSGO, there's been some South African pros, right? And
yeah.
They travel overseas and play in...
And they joined Cloud9.
Yeah, that's right. And they go and play in like North America or something. Do you think that's going to happen for Rocket League? Are we going to see Pirates or you guys come over to Europe and try and make it through a closed qualifier?
I think the format of Rocket League is will allow something like that to happen. Like we could just get into the region and play. Sort
of like Complexity kind of did.
I think very similarly, but I don't think they will pick us up. I think the reason for that is because, like, no disrespect to our region, Rocket League right now, the bubble scenes in both regions there's a lot of talent there. So naturally, you would want to like take from those regions, right? Obviously, I'm not saying we aren't good enough, but it would make more sense that we just come and compete, and then if we can prove ourselves, then maybe. I do think we will be competing there somewhere down the line. I think even if it's independently, or our local orgs will send us there.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully at some point you'll be able to come boot camp, especially in the run up to the wild card, right? You guys will be able to boot camp overseas, wherever it is. But yeah, like going back to the what's it like in South Africa? Like, what do you guys do outside of being Rocket League players? Because you know, in EU, your top teams they live the gamer life, right? Where they just wake up every day and play Rocket League, and that's their life. Whereas you guys are living a normal life outside of Rocket League. So you guys are at school, right?
Yeah, I'm a scholar first, and then I play games on the side. So I kind of have very strict parents. Play quite a few sports. So I'm quite a busy man. Kind of affects our schedule. Makes us go mad sometimes. You know.
What sports do you play?
I play basketball, water polo, soccer, and hockey.
Blimey. And Rocket League.
Yeah.
What about you, Daisy?
I I'm in school as well. I'm in my last year, but I don't do that many sports. I normally just chill in games. I play games.
And Happy Meal, you're a little bit older than the other two. What were you up to?
Well, obviously, I'm not in high school anymore. I was studying up until the beginning of this year. There was some admin complications, so I decided to actually take the whole year off, which is not really a problem for my studies. So I will be studying at the end of this year again. I'm studying law, but honestly, like I've made a lot of lifestyle changes to accommodate my Rocket League. I take it very seriously. Like I put a lot of hours into the game to make sure I'm in a position to compete. So, do I have hobbies? I mean, of course, like I play the games. I play indoor, like I used to play indoor football all the time, five-a-side, as often as I could. I was a big athlete in high school, but I hurt my shoulder. But yeah, I used to be a big athlete in high school. Actually, I played Rocket League because of my injury. Well, I put my time into it because of my injury.
Yeah, there's quite a few people who've been like that, like either for injuries or like in apparently Jack's situation, he couldn't compete because of lockdown, so that put him into a position where he wanted to train Rocket League loads.
Speaking of apparently Jack, I don't know if you saw, but I think apparently Jack and APAC raided the SSA stream.
Yeah,
like 12K viewers, and then we just got banned.
Yeah.
Got banned.
And then you went on to, was it Uni Rocketeers then started hosting it, right?
We lost all our viewers.
It's crazy, right? Like, I mean, hopefully they get that all resolved, but I feel like you guys you're in a tough spot because you're at the same time as Europe, right? So like, any kind of Rocket League viewers are gonna be watching Europe, and I guess you guys probably want to watch Europe as well, right?
Yeah. Sometimes I'll be warming up for the next game or the RLCS event on. Just listen to what's going on there.
Yeah, because we were watching APAC North one time when our broadcast was starting, and like we were on the desk literally with APAC North on the second monitor because we just wanted to watch the final. And then I can only imagine for you guys, especially with Europe being like your main region that you base your style off of, and like, I'm sure you got favorite players and teams, right? Like, who are you guys' favorite players and teams outside of your region?
Mine personally is Joria's.
Okay, yeah. I mean, what would you like about him?
I don't know. I just feel like he's insane as an individual. And that's how I like to think I want to play.
Yeah. Very mechanical, like doing stuff that no one in the lobby can read and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What about you, Daisy?
I think my favorite teams are FaZe, SSG, and NRG. SSG now with Daniel, of course.
Yeah, a little bit of a North American fanboy. I like that.
I think my favorite teams in EU though would probably be probably Dig, just Dig actually.
I feel like Dig's a lot of people's favorite team. They're probably my favorite team at the moment. I mean, I'm a big apparently Jack fan myself. I mean, you guys were saying about him raiding you. He does do a lot to like support smaller content creators, smaller players, and everything like that, smaller regions. So big shout out to apparently Jack from me. What about you, Happy Meal? You're a big European fanboy.
Yeah. I respect a lot of players. Like I try to learn as much as I can from as many of them. If you're a pro player, I have respect for you. But probably my favorite players, Metanaris, Garage, Fairy Peak. My favorite team probably right now, Endpoints, Vitality as well. Unfortunately, Vitality aren't doing too well, but I mean that's fine. But yeah, those are probably my favorite players. I think the reason for it is because like it's cool to look up to the best players in the world, but like Jorias and Justin, but that's to replicate their playstyle is very challenging because I don't even think they know how they do it. Look at someone like Metanaris and Fairy Peak, and like maybe Fairy Peak's a bit of an extreme example. This is genius, but like Metanaris, Garage, those guys, they have a combination of like really good gameplay and good mechanics, but very intelligent, and that's something I can respect and something you can like try to work towards.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, those are my favorites.
Oh, so I was gonna ask it earlier, but I guess I'll ask it now. To die for, do you wanna explain how we met?
So I was just solo queuing ranked, and then I somehow ran into Gregan, and I was very surprised because he recognized me and the region. So I was very shocked, and then I somehow just received a friend request, and I was confused. And then I just accepted it, and I was kind of very excited.
And then we started grinding, and we went up the ranks. We had a little bit
Yeah,
of...
we had our ups and downs.
Yeah, we had our ups and downs. Yeah, it was good fun as well, because it was like a whole learning experience for me to see what it was like for you to play with high ping. And you obviously told me a lot about your region. I learned a lot about what it's like to be in your region. And like, I feel like if I can do anything to shine a light on your region, like I've been showing your finals and everything, and you know, telling the story of each of you guys. So you got a pretty exciting region to follow. It looks like we have a winner. Just look at this. Look at,
you know, when my
shots.
teammate starts to bang own goals, happy meal.
I mean, me and Sniper just have so much synergy, you know? That's just how
They're just a better team, bro. That's all we can say.
Daisy, last time I checked, you lost all the games, eh?
Thank you so much for sharing what it's like to be a South African pro and a little bit of insight into your region. But there is only one winner, and the winner is To Die For with, was it +4 goal difference? But you win, and what you win is you get to shout out your channels To Die For. So this is your moment. Shout out, thank yous, anything you want to say to people at home.
I'd like to shout out my Twitch